Alright guys, what is up? My name is Ryan, and you can probably tell by the name of the channel. Anyway, I wanted to make this as a follow-up video to the Pocky OneChip Challenge. If you guys have ever done that, or if you're thinking about doing it, please listen to the rest of this video. It might give you some insight or some tips on what to do and what not to do when you're going to try this challenge. Thank you, Fei. So yeah, if you are not familiar with this, Pocky is a brand that created this this chip. It is the Ghost Pepper Carolina Reaper. It's like the hottest chip in the entire world, coming from the hottest pepper in the world. They made it into a chip, and last year they did a challenge with this, and tons of people made videos.
Help.
They actually made it hotter this year. So this is the 2019 version of the Pocky OneChip Challenge. It was a black tortilla chip, and it comes in this coffin, and as you can see in this bag, I devoured it last night, and well, it was brutal. It was exactly as advertised. There was a lot of stuff written in this box that may seem like marketing, and it may seem a little bit dramatic, but the reality is, if you've watched any of the videos of people doing this, it is serious, it's intense, and it is not for people who have a low tolerance for spice. I personally am a person who eats a lot of spicy foods. I love jalapenos. I love really spicy curry when I go to Indian restaurants.
Level 1, spice level 10, spice level 50. It's a completely different color.
Oh, this is not healthy. But if you've never had anything at this level, be very careful. So, first I'll start off with some strategies and ideas of what you should do if you're going to do this challenge, and the next I'll tell you and show you some B-roll, some clips of what happened to me shortly after I stopped the challenge. I will link up here a clip of the live video that we did last night of me doing the OneChip Challenge while my friends did the super spicy yakisoba challenge, and it is an hour and a half long, so you can fast forward to the part where I eat the chip and blah blah blah. But yeah, it was a live video, so it's pretty long. In any case, some things I would suggest as far as strategies of going about doing this challenge. So the first thing I would say, definitely make sure you have a high spice tolerance. If you don't, it can really make you sick. And I'm not trying to be over dramatic. It is an intense pepper, and just like it's advertised in many videos, it is the hottest pepper in the world. And comparable to a jalapeno, I think it's about 10,000 times. Hey Siri.
Uh-huh.
How hot is the Carolina Reaper compared to a jalapeno?
Okay,
so what I found is that the Carolina Reaper has a heat rating of about 2 million Scoville units, give or take a few 100,000, whereas the standard jalapeno is only about 2,000. So you can see it would take 1,000 jalapenos, the spiciness of 1,000 jalapenos, just to match up to one Carolina Reaper. The next thing I would suggest is wear gloves, because anytime you touch this pepper, it can irritate the skin, it can irritate anything that you touch, and you want to be very careful after handling this that you're not touching your eyes, you're not going to the bathroom and using, you know what I'm saying. So be very careful with that. The next strategy, and I've seen some people do this on videos, is taking Pepto-Bismol before you do the challenge. This is going to set a little bit of a coating in your stomach so that your body can handle it a little bit better. It is by no means a shield, it's by no means protectant, but it should maybe help a little bit with the burning sensation that will occur later, which I'll get to in just a minute. But when you're doing this challenge, the challenge is to go at least 5 minutes without water, milk, ice cream, or anything to settle the burn. You're supposed to just sit there and enjoy this intense, suffering, painful burn. And it is everything that it's advertised as, because we set a timer and I wanted to see how long I could go. I literally, as I went from 0 to about 12 minutes, the intensity just kept getting hotter and hotter, and I have never experienced anything like that. If you watch the video, you'll see I could not even speak.
I want to type something.
You want to type something?
What's this?
Hi.
Okay, Ryan said that he feels paralyzed.
My vocal cords and everything were paralyzed. I was like numb. I couldn't speak. I could breathe fine, but it was just the weirdest feeling, and that heat intensity just kept getting hotter and hotter. So then it was about the 15-minute mark that I felt it finally level off and start to decline a little bit. And so between 15 to 20 minutes, that's when I kind of scooped in and got the ice cream. Got the ice cream. and kind of finish the challenge that way. But after we cut off the video, it was about an hour and a half. So here's what happens after. And this is the part that most of these videos, if you're looking at OneChipChallenge, if you're looking at hashtag OneChipChallenge videos, one thing that you won't probably see on a lot of these videos is the aftermath. So just to give you a little context, this is me an hour after the challenge. I literally could not move. My stomach was hurting so bad. It was first a nauseating feeling, then it was like somebody punched you in the stomach feeling, and then it was an intense flaming feeling, almost like an interior ulcer. It was so hot and burning inside in the stomach. Like, that was the worst part for me. But that was only 1 hour after the challenge had ended. It wasn't until I ate some more ice cream and drank some more milk and tried to go to bed that's when it really hit me. The worst part of this challenge, I will say, hands down, and I will advise against anybody, no matter what spice tolerance you have, against this challenge, is this is the part that hurts the worst. Is about 1.5 to 2 hours after, those same pains that I was just explaining, those go up like this, and they stay there for a few minutes, and then they go down for a second, so you think you're in the clear, and then boom, it hits you again. I'm only telling you this as a word of caution if you're gonna do this. This is something that I experienced, and for about 3 hours last night, I was going through these pains of up and down. I would step outside to try and throw up, and I couldn't throw up. I wanted to get this out of my stomach, but I couldn't. And then the one time I had a little bit of throw up, that spice came right back up and I experienced it all again. And that's not something I would recommend either. Do not make yourself throw up. Do not try and get this out. You gotta just suffer and take it. But the one thing I will suggest that really helped is hot milk and honey. There are a variety of different remedies that you can try. One is salt, one is lemon or lime juice, one is actually alcohol. I don't know what kind of alcohol would be best, but one thing I read is alcohol. Obviously milk or dairy, yogurt, sour cream, fat sour cream. These are the things that are supposed to bind to the I always say that wrong. Capsaicin, that's the one. The capsaicin, it binds to that and helps neutralize that burning, emitting feeling that comes from it. So what I would suggest is a lot of milk, almond milk. If you have yogurt, if you have ice cream, some of these things, those things should help settle. And I think one of my biggest flaws that I overlooked was trying to be too tough at the time, going past the 5 minutes up to the 10 to the 15-minute mark. We're at 16 and a half minutes. It's starting to come down. So there's really no reason for that. I mean, it just continuously got hotter, but I think that's where without taking any milk or any ice cream or anything to like soothe it, I think that's what allowed it to just intensify as it was starting to digest. So again, that's my experience. This is the first time I've ever done this challenge. I won't ever do this challenge again. It is definitely not for the faint of heart. It says, warning, straight from hell. Yeah, I think they do not lie. So if you're ever gonna do the Pocky OneChip Challenge, take precaution. I hope this video helps you in preparing for this if you're gonna do it. And if not, really support the ones that are crazy enough to do it. All right guys, I wanna leave you with one last thought. Just keep in mind, if you're gonna do this as a prank or a challenge, or you guys wanna make a YouTube video out of it, just remember how hot that spicy is going in. It's 10 times coming out. There you go. I survived. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. Go be awesome.